Hello, good morning everybody. Welcome back to another vlog. I am up bright and early today. It's currently 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I'm on my way to something really special. I signed up for a yoga class at London's Natural History Museum. It's an hour yoga class that happens before the museum opens. And it looked really cool online. It happens in one of the main halls underneath the big whale skeleton. I thought I'd bring you along. Hopefully I can film some clips in there. But yeah, let's go check it out. I've never been down here this early before. This road has a few of the big museums on it, and usually it's packed with people, so it was nice to just have it to myself. The Natural History Museum building itself is absolutely gorgeous. It has these beautiful arched windows, ornate columns with different creatures and animals carved into the stone. I made my way into the Great Hall. Now, I've been here a few times, but it felt totally different being in here without a huge crowd of people. The class itself was really nice. The instructor did a great job of tying the practice in with the setting, saying things like, the minerals in our bodies are the same minerals that make up everything on Earth. Or think about how the air you're breathing right now came from a giant kelp forest under the sea. It was just really comforting. They also had someone playing live instruments at the end of the practice, which echoed all through the hall so majestically that it tickled my brain in that good ASMR kind of way. After the class ended, we were allowed to walk through one of the paid exhibits before it opened for the day. This one was called Brilliant and Bizarre Birds, which was about just that, cool birds. If you don't like taxidermy, maybe skip ahead a few seconds. I just loved every bit of this experience. I wish I could have walked through the rest of the museum while it was empty, but I would definitely come back and do this again. And I'm not over in this area very often, and there's a bakery that I like over here that makes chocolate chip cookie croissants. I'm obsessed with them. It sounds weird, but it's delicious. So I had to pop over there and get some. Well, that was absolutely lovely. I'm so glad that I did it. It was such a cool experience to see the museum like that without the crowds. Okay, well, literally as I was like putting my phone down from that clip, a Dalmatian sneaked up behind me and stole my bag of pastries and ran away with it.
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant!
So great. I used to have a yoga studio in Florida that I would go to all the time, but then it closed down during the pandemic and it never opened back up, so I kind of just fell out of practice of it. Hadn't been to a yoga class in over a year, like since we've moved here, and it was really nice. I really liked it. Like my body just feels like stretched and energized. It's kind of encouraging me to maybe find a new yoga studio to go to here, even if it's just like once or twice a month. But I'm headed home now. Probably gonna stay home the rest of the day. I do need to go grocery shopping, and then I'm gonna finish editing up the video from our Cotswolds trip. If you're watching this now, that other video should be up already. And then I have a job interview on Tuesday, which I just need to study for and kind of write out some prompts for myself, because I'd really like that to go well. I've been applying for jobs like the past, I don't know, 7-8 months since we've been here. I've gotten nothing back, no interviews, no callbacks. Until just this past month, I've had 3 interviews, which is good, I guess. No job offers yet, but at least I'm getting interviews now. Yeah, so I think it'll just be a cozy rest of the day at home with 0 pastries, because they're currently in the belly of the biggest Dalmatian I've ever seen. I actually cannot believe that just happened to me. It was literally a scene from 101 Dalmatians. Dalmatians running through the city grabs a lady's lunch on the way by. I feel like had I been on my phone in that moment, then I could at least be like, well, that's what you get for being on your phone in public. But I had put my phone away at that point. I'd filmed my little clip of me saying that I liked the museum. I saw some people coming in the opposite direction, so I put my phone in my pocket as not to be one of those weirdos who's filming themselves. At least the people passed me by. There was a few dogs off leash. I saw the guy and his dog. I passed them. I just didn't realize that at some point the Dalmatian had turned around, snuck up behind me, and then grabbed my bag from behind my back and ran. And then I was just left standing there with the paper handles of my to-go bag. I look off into the distance and the dog has already ran out into the middle of a field and is scarfing my croissants down like you ever seen a video of like a seagull eating a fish whole? It was like that. Like the owner of the dog, I think, was on his phone in the moment, so he didn't realize what was happening until it was very much too late. He started yelling and running after the dog, but at that point, the dog had already eaten the croissants, the paper wrapping, the bag. He's running after the dog's running away, and I'm just standing there still processing what just happened to me. The owner did track me down and come after me, and he was profusely apologetic. Like I could tell he was genuinely sorry. He offered to walk me to another bakery and like replace the croissants, and I guess I should have, maybe in hindsight, because I don't know, they weren't cheap. But at that point I was kind of in the middle of the park, and so I would have had to walk with this guy and his dog out of the park and a couple blocks to a bakery, and I just didn't really feel like making conversation with him in that moment. So I was like, no, it's fine, it was an accident. But literally, what the hell? Yeah, it's kind of funny, I guess. I actually genuinely hope the guy's dog is okay, because it kind of ingested a lot of chocolate.
I didn't even get one croissant, Mama.
Hello again. It's a few days later. I had to work for a few hours this morning, and now I'm out walking Odie. He was wearing his jacket because it's getting cold out here again, but he was pouting and not wanting to walk, so I took it off of him. I actually just ordered him 2 new jackets. I found a seller local in the UK on Etsy that makes custom dachshund jackets, like fit exactly to his measurements. So we're waiting on those to come in, and hopefully he'll have some more options for winter. I have my job interview in about an hour, so I need to get back home for that. I'm a little bit jittery. I have some nerves about it. I feel prepared. I just want it to be over. It's with an arts charity that I guess commissions artwork around the city. I think they also refurbish some buildings to be used for artist spaces, which sounds like it could be cool. It could be a good fit for me just based on my general interests. So I hope it goes well. Wish me luck. I'll check back in later.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I've got to keep on moving.
Later.
That was actually like low-key humiliating. That was weird. Oh my God. I feel like I can usually gauge how well an interview is going just kind of based off vibes and general conversation, but there were approximately 0 vibes. It was a panel, so there were a couple of people on the call, and they were just very cold, maybe is the best word to describe it. Like just, hello, first question. Okay, great. Next question. Fine. Third question. There was just like no banter, no feedback. And listen, I'm not an extrovert or a social butterfly by any stretch of the imagination, but I do really try to turn it on in situations like that. Like I'm trying to be charming, I'm trying to make little jokes, make it light, and they were just giving nothing back to me. I felt like I was up on stage and I was just bombing. Man, that was brutal. I don't think I did bad. Like I feel like I spoke well, I had an answer for every question, I talked about the company and the research that I had done on it. It was just crickets on the other side of the call. Like, what the heck, bro? Wow. I do not think I'm getting that job. I would actually be shocked to my core if I did. Like, what the freaking heck, bro? Hello, good morning. It's the next day. This is really the only angle I can film in my apartment where the lighting is somewhat decent. There's also 2 foxes out in the garden right now that I've been watching. Look, they're down there chilling in the grass.
Hi, babies.
I am fixing to go somewhere, y'all. I got the opportunity to do something a little special and different for my vlog. Someone reached out to me on Instagram a few weeks ago, just saying that they liked my videos and my artwork. They had been following me for a little bit. They were working with some art galleries here in London to kind of promote some upcoming shows, get some new eyes on it, I guess. And they invited me to go to the debut of a new art exhibition that's opening in central London. It's supposedly a sculptural garden that showcases all women sculptors. So I was like, yes, absolutely. That sounds like something I would like to do. And that is happening today. I think the grand opening of this space is tomorrow, but they're holding a little preview press type event for the exhibit today. I don't really know, but I get to go for some reason. They just asked me that I come check it out and I put it in my vlog. So I'm gonna take you along. I am feeling Quite nervous. One, because I've been asked to come film something specifically for YouTube, which does not happen to me. Normally it's just me alone talking to myself. But now I also have to go talk to other people whom I don't know and introduce myself potentially. I don't know really what to expect. I assume there will be other people there. I know that they are filming stuff for their promotional work, and I bet all of those people will have fancy cameras with microphones and lights and whatnot, and I am just some lady with an iPhone. I film all my videos on my phone, if you can't tell. Everyone in the comments is like, girl, we know. I'm not a professional video press person, and that is making me feel embarrassed, I guess. But we're going because I've already said yes, and I have a deep personal turmoil when it comes to disappointing other people. Myself, who cares about her? I can break a commitment to myself all day long, but a commitment I've made to someone else is a steel bond to me. That's gonna be a blood oath, sister. I don't know what to wear, and I fear it's gonna take me a while to decide. Okay, this is what I was thinking for outfit. I like this turtleneck. I paired it with this long plaid skirt, which is kind of fun. I don't know, I like this together as an outfit, but I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like maybe this skirt is too much, or maybe this is just like a pants occasion. I don't know, let me try something else. Okay, this is the fit I have settled on. I did turtleneck with these like wide leg corduroy trousers, oversized blazer. It's giving professional. My like normal boots that I always wear. And then I decided to wear one of my embroidered berets. I feel like it's just kind of a good conversation starter, whether you're telling me you like my hat or you're asking me what the fuck am I wearing. I feel like it's also good if I'm introducing myself as like, hey, I'm a person who also does art. The natural question would be, what type of art do you do? And I can be like, this. And then I opt for big tote over purse. What do we think? Is it giving press? Is it giving artist? Yes, hello, I am press. I have purse, I am press.
Luckily I have purse.
I don't know. Let's go figure it out. This exhibit is actually located on the top of Temple Tube Station. The station has a roof terrace that was previously completely unused, just a slab of concrete that accumulated trash, really. But then the city agreed to turn it into an outdoor sculpture garden to showcase the work of women artists. It's smack dab in central London, right next to the River Thames, and that rooftop is now called the Artist's Garden. The exhibit is called Mary Mary. There's a theme amongst the pieces up here that challenges the characterization that women are contrary. This fountain, for instance, is a real centerpiece of the collection. An excerpt from the artist describes the fountain as teetering around the expectation of what a fountain should be. It does not triumphantly spurt, it drips, as to recall the description of the Virgin Mary as a garden enclosed, preserved for motherhood in the forced fertility of the garden in a body from which only breast milk and tears escape. She says the slow drip of milk and tears are symbolic of a woman's potential beyond motherhood and grieving. Excuse me, ma'am? I got a chill when I first read that. Every piece has a detailed story like that from the artist about their work and inspiration, and I won't get into all of them. Some of them are serious, some of them a little bit more cheeky. Like these giant spinning legs are supposed to be reminiscent of the can-can dance, which emerged out of these 19th century ideals that women shouldn't sweat or show their ankles. There's a brightly painted cog that poses the question of what is women's work? And behind that piece, in the distance, you can see the Waterloo Bridge, which was constructed largely by women during the labor shortage of World War II. There's layers of meaning here. I got to meet a few people working the event and the director from the organization that curated the exhibit. There was a camera crew there and they interviewed me about what I thought about the space. I did not include the audio of that here because I can't listen to myself speak in that context, but I'll link their Instagram in the description if you want to track that down. If I did badly, that's gonna be no worries, just please don't tell me about it. They were also kind enough to film some clips of me enjoying the show with their fancy camera and share that footage with me. So here's a 1-minute edit I made with their pretty footage.
just like the rhyme. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row.
See? You have to pull the weeds up to give the flowers room.
You brought us back to life, Mary. You did something I thought no one could do.
Oh my god, I did it. Okay, I did it. That was so much fun. That was so cool. I didn't know they were gonna interview me. That was really cool. My stomach is like buzzing right now. Also, I'm walking home right now and I just found a 10-pound note laying on the ground. Hello? Which coincidentally is about how much I paid for those croissants the other day that became dog food. So what I thought was the universe punishing me for being on my phone in public is now what she's rewarding me for. Hello everybody, it's about a week later. I'm currently editing this video, but I just wanted to give a little outro and some final thoughts. I learned at this show that approximately 70% of art students are women, but when it comes to artwork featured in galleries and architecture and whatnot, that less than 30% of that work comes from women artists, which is a discrepancy that you see across a lot of other industries as well, even women-centric ones. So I think the idea of having a space dedicated to those voices specifically is significant. And all the work there was so different. It was big and colorful, it moved, there was sound, different textures, which are not adjectives you'd really expect from traditional sculpture. Women in STEM, women in art, we love to see it. I also thought it was a really cool use of space, like kind of random on top of a train station. It felt like a hidden spot you would just kind of stumble upon. If you live in London and find yourself at Temple Station, grab a coffee, drink it on the roof, look at the sculptures. It's a very low stakes, no pressure environment to see some art. I want to say thank you to theCOLAB and the Artist Garden for having me. Lucy, if you're watching this, thank you. They invited me and made me feel included and special for the day, and they didn't have to do that. I'll link their page below. They have some other upcoming exhibits in the works. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. Bye!